Good evening. My name is Mayor Scott Fogel. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's West Milton Council meeting. Tonight is January the 2nd, 2018, 7:30 p.m. If everybody could, please join me and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and continue standing for the invocation by Father Eric Bowman. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord, we give you thanks for this great season that we are celebrating the birth of our Savior. He came to bring wisdom and light to the world. We ask you to continue to bring that same wisdom, that same light upon this council, and especially upon Anthony as he takes over his new role tonight, and upon all the new members of the council. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call, please. I've never done that. I wanted to do that. Sorry. Here.
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 And Dorman's absent. That's all we have.
All right, thank you. Before we administer the oath of office, I'd just like to say a couple words. Tonight is my last official night as sitting in the mayor's seat with our council members, and it has been a privilege. This started for me back in September of 2016, and it's been a really nice 15-month run. I've really taken it serious, and I've really enjoyed it. I was very nervous, scared at first, because I didn't know for sure what was going to come forward. We had a lot going on with the development, and that's now come to fruition, and we're going to see that being kicked off here in the next couple months, hopefully. So things are going in the right direction with the village of West Milton, I think, and it's going to be in great hands with Anthony taking over as the newly elected mayor. So thank you very much, and just look forward to sitting in a regular council member seat for the next 2 years. So I guess we'll start with the administer of oath of office, and the first is Anthony Miller in the mayor's seat. Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Anthony Miller,
Being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties as mayor of the municipality of West Milton
discharge the duties of as mayor of the municipality of West Milton
in Miami County, Ohio, during my continuance in said office.
in Miami County, Ohio, during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very
Look
much.
forward to working with you. Sitting in the right seat.
Now swear in Vice Mayor Scott Hurst.
Go ahead. Thanks, Scott.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Scott Hurst,
Being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties as Vice Mayor of the Municipality of West Milton
will discharge the duties as Vice Mayor of the Municipality of West Milton
in Miami County, Ohio,
in Miami County, Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
We'll also be swearing in new council member Jason Land this evening. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I state my name,
I, Jason Land,
being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties as council member of the Municipality of West Milton
discharge the duties of the council member of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, West Milton in Miami County,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations. All right, so continuing on with our meeting this evening. I would like to ask the council for any nominations for chairperson of council.
Yes, Mayor, I would like to nominate Councilwoman Sarah Kopp for chairperson for this coming year, 2018.
Second.
All right, and so we have a nomination and second. Is it voice vote or?
Yes, you can do voice votes if you want, or you can send around a paper and have it do it that way if you want, which is we've done in the past.
We'll just send around a piece of paper.
Okay. We'll put that for yes and
Okay.
you start passing that for me. It's unanimous for Sarah to be chairperson of council.
All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Sarah. All right. At this time, we'd also like to declare an open council seat due to Karen Grudich not being put on the ballot for this past November. We will be accepting applications from the public for a period of 10 days. Is it?
Chart. Yeah.
those applications can be turned into.
Has to be remain open for at least 10 days.
Okay.
And then we can start taking applications.
So we can make it a period of 10 days starting from tomorrow. Is that okay, or? Those applications can be turned into the city offices. At that point, we will be contacting anybody that would apply for that, and we would hold interviews for that position. So please.
And
that would
Manager
be-
Kline, just curious, how is that announced to the public that they would know that the open seat is there if they didn't watch the council meeting?
Yeah, it's broadcasted on here. Tom also puts it on our Facebook page and also our website. We can put an announcement on our website, and Cecilia always writes about it in the newspaper,
Okay,
so I'm
it'll be in
assuming
the Troy Daily News or
it'll be
something.
in the Troy Daily News.
Very good. Just curious.
Manager Kline, if we go to 10 days, that would put it at January the 16th. Do we want to just finish out that business week, or?
Yeah, we would accept applications until the 19th, if that's okay, because right now we have a workshop scheduled for the 23rd. We'll call a special session of council. That way you typically go into an executive session for interviews.
Right.
That way we can go into an executive session for interviews on the 23rd.
Okay. So we encourage all members of the public that would be interested in joining council to apply for that position, and look forward to hearing from everybody that does apply. So, moving on. We had a special,
She has to do the oath of office again, doesn't she?
Oh, I guess technically.
yeah,
Because it's a whole new start. It's okay. Council chair. Okay. I say your name.
raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, state your name,
I, Sarah Kopp,
being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
say that I will support the Constitution of the
say that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
the Charter and codified ordinances of Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties as chairperson
and
of
discharge the duties as chairperson
of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep. We did have a special council meeting on December the 28th. We had a few members to excuse who were absent, myself and Sarah Kopp. Can I get a motion to excuse?
Mr. Mayor, we make a motion to excuse the absent council members during that workshop.
Second.
I'll second that.
All right. Roll call, please.
Lehman,
Yeah.
Pop. Yes. Herbst,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
and Mayor.
Yes. Everybody should have received the workshop and meeting minutes for December the 12th and December the 19th. I don't believe there's any issues with those, and we get a motion for approval for those.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from December the 12th and December the 19th, 2017.
Second that?
Roll call, please.
Lane? Cobb?
Yes.
Hurst?
Yes.
Vogel?
Yes.
And Mayor Miller.
Yes. All right. Moving on to our Pride Award. Every year, we like to acknowledge those property owners who go above and beyond to improve the aesthetics of their property. In the past years, we have celebrated those who have removed abandoned properties, resided their house, or kept impeccable landscaping. As the weather turns colder, we like to acknowledge those who take pride in their house in a different fashion. The tradition of decorating Christmas decorations is one that many take very seriously, and we would like to acknowledge those who do at this time of year. The folks on Stonemont Court take their Christmas decorating very seriously. In fact, it was an all-out community effort, starting at the houses coming off of Laurel Lane and extending throughout the entire community. Normally, we would like to offer that award towards a single house, but seeing the effort that everybody on that street put forth, we would like to extend it to the entire neighborhood. In fact, they did such a great job, I think even Clark Griswold would be honored. That is why tonight we are presenting the Christmas Pride Award to the fine West Miltonians who reside on Stonemont Court. And I believe...
Are there any residents here this evening? Okay.
And we do have some residents here, so we would like you to step forward. We'll present the award to you.
Go on three. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. And one more. Here we go.
Hey, Joy, I'm just curious.
Yes,
Who was the one that organized this to put all this together for?
I would say Debbie Eldridge, the neighbors right beside of us. She had this idea of doing luminaries, and we talked about candles, but you know how you have to feed them all the time. So her idea was to do solar lights.
Oh, wow.
And it made it spectacular. So I would say definitely she was the organizer, and we were like busy workers.
Well, that's great that you all went in together to do that. That's
It is.
awesome.
It's a nice neighborhood. I was just figuring out, I've lived there for 40 years. And we don't see a lot of people moving in and out because most people stay. And I would suggest that if ever you get a chance when a house opens up, it's a marvelous place to live.
Very good. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I would also like to recognize the other community members who were part of this award. Bill and Debbie Seiler, Earl Lucas, Billy and Amber Winchell, Beth Silveria, and excuse me if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, I apologize. Travis and Adrian Biesecker, Lanny Eldridge, and Jim and Francis McDonald. We'd like to thank every one of you. You guys did a fantastic job, and it really reflects well on our village, and we're proud of the work that you guys have really put into that. So thank you. Moving on to correspondence to council. Manager Kline.
No actual correspondence, however, I did have communications with both Alice Martin and Bob Stallman, apologizing for not being able to attend this evening. They're
Okay.
regular members that like to come. Alice is a little under the weather, and it's just too doggone cold for Bob.
Sure. Certainly, certainly. Well, hopefully they get feeling better. Thank you. We now open the floor to the citizens for any comments regarding tonight's legislation. There's an ordinance and a resolution on being read this evening. The first one is an ordinance dealing with CRA amendment for residential taxes. The second one is an organizational structuring. Would there be any comments from citizens this evening? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to the readings. Ordinance CM-18-01, CRA amendment for residential. Ms. Brash.
Ordinance to amend Resolution CM-509 as amended by Resolution CM-1056, as further amended by Resolution CM-94-19, and as further amended by Ordinance CM-06-21, to amend Section 150.256 of the Codified Ordinances of West Milton titled Tax Exemptions for Improvements to Restore Abatements for the Construction and Remodeling of Residential Dwellings. Whereas this council of the municipality of West Milton, Ohio, desires to pursue real property tax exemptions available in accordance with law to assist and encourage the construction and remodeling of structures within the boundaries of the Community Reinvestment Area A, as defined in Ordinance CM-94-19, and whereas by Resolution CM-509, adopted on September 4th, 1979, and in accordance with the law then in effect, the council designated Community Reinvestment Area A as a community reinvestment area and determined to make available certain exemptions from real property taxes for the remodeling of certain residential and commercial properties within Community Reinvestment Area A. And whereas by Resolution CM-1056, adopted on November 12, 1991, and in accordance with the law then in effect, the council modified Resolution CM-509 in part to reduce the term of exemption from real property taxation authorized under Resolution CM-509 for certain classes of residential and commercial remodeling and new construction. And whereas by Resolution CM-94-19, adopted on June 14, 1994, and in accordance with the law then in effect, the council further modified Resolution CM-509 as modified by Resolution CM-1056 in part to further reduce the term of exemption from real property taxation authorized under Resolution CM-509 as amended by Resolution 1056 for certain classes of residential and commercial remodeling and new construction. And whereas pursuant to Section 3 of amended substitute Senate Bill Number 9, enacted by the 120th General Assembly of the State of Ohio, Senate Bill 19, the municipality may substantively amend Resolution CM-94-19 twice without complying with certain other provisions of law enacted by Senate Bill 19 and otherwise applicable to community reinvestment areas. And whereas pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 3735.661 and Section 757.60 of amended substitute House Bill Number 59, enacted by the 130th General Assembly of the State of Ohio, House Bill 59, the council may substantively amend Resolution CM-94-19 by a single ordinance or resolution to, among other things, expand the geographic size of a community reinvestment area, increase the term of any tax exemption or category of tax exemptions authorized for a community reinvestment area, or extend the duration of a community reinvestment area and qualifying the amending ordinance or resolution as one of the two substantive amendments permitted under Senate Bill 9. And whereas by Ordinance CM-06-21, adopted on May 9, 2006, and in accordance with the law then in effect, the council amended Resolution CM-94-19 to further reduce the term of exemptions from real property taxation authorized by Resolution CM-509, as amended by Resolution CM-1056, and as further amended by Resolution CM-94-19. And whereas pursuant to Senate Bill 19, Ohio Revised Code Section 3735.661 and Section 747.60 of House Bill 59, the amendment to Resolution CM-94-19 by Ordinance CM-06-21 does not constitute one of the two substantive amendments permitted under Senate Bill 19. And whereas in order to authorize real property tax exemptions available in accordance with law to assist and encourage the construction and remodeling of structures within the boundaries of Community Reinvestment Area A, the council desires to substantively amend Resolution CM-94-19 for the first time as provided by law. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, Resolution CM-94-19 designating Community Reinvestment Area A as a Community Reinvestment Area as amended by Ordinance CM-06-21 is hereby amended for the first time within the meaning of Senate Bill 19, Ohio Revised Code Section 3735.661, and Section 747.60 of House Bill 59 by this ordinance. Section 2, the construction of new structures and the remodeling of existing structures within the Community Reinvestment Area A are hereby declared to be a public purpose for which exemption from real property taxation may be granted, and that the exemptions authorized in Resolution CM-94-19 as amended by Ordinance CM-06-21 as codified in Section 150.256 of the West Milton Codified Ordinances titled Tax Exemptions for Improvements are hereby amended, commencing on the date on which this ordinance becomes effective and expiring after December 31st, 2018, at subsection D of Section 150.256, and as follows. D, construction of every dwelling, commercial or industrial structure. Revised Code Section 3735.67D3. Type of new construction. For residential, for $0 to $249,999, the abatement length is 4 years. For $250,000 and over, the abatement length is 8 years. For commercial, for $100,000 to $249,999, the abatement length is 4 years. For $250,000 to $499,999, the abatement length is 8 years. For $500,000 to $999,999, the abatement length is 12 years. For $1 million and over, the abatement length is 15 years. Section 3, the construction of new structures and the remodeling of existing structures within Community Reinvestment Area A are hereby declared to be a public purpose for which exemption from real property taxation may be granted, and that the exemptions authorized in Resolution CM-94-19 as amended by Ordinance CM-06-21 as codified in Section 150.256 of the West Milton Codified Ordinances titled Tax Exemptions for Improvements are hereby amended commencing on January 1st, 2019 at subsection D of Section 150.256 and as follows. D, construction of every dwelling, commercial or industrial structure. Revised Code Section 3735.67D3. For the type of new construction, residential, the abatement length is 4 years. For commercial, for $100,000 to $249,999, the abatement length is 4 years. For $250,000 to $499,999, the abatement length is 8 years. For $500,000 to $999,999, the abatement length is 12 years. And for $1 million and over, it's 15 years. Section 4. The municipal manager shall appoint, with the council's approval, a housing officer who shall be responsible for administering and implementing the provisions of this ordinance and of Section 150.255 through 150.288 of the West Milton Codified Ordinances. The housing officer shall accept applications from owners of any real property within Community Reinvestment Area A for exemptions from real property taxation authorized by this ordinance and shall carry out the other duties of the housing officer as required by the law in effect for Community Reinvestment Area A. Section 5. The council hereby appoints a housing council to carry out the duties of the housing council as required by the law in effect for Community Reinvestment Area A, with membership consisting of 2 designees of the mayor, 2 appointees of the council, 1 member of the municipality's planning board designated by the planning board, and 2 appointees of the foregoing 5 designated or appointed members who shall be residents of the municipality. The housing officer may serve as a designee or an appointee to the housing council. Section 6. The council finds under law, including Senate Bill 19, Ohio Revised Code Chapter 3735.65 and sequential, House Bill 59, Ohio Revised Code Section 3735.661, and the West Milton Charter and amendments, that this ordinance is intended to and shall be considered the first substantive amendment to Resolution CM-94-19. Section 7, except as amended hereby, Resolution CM-94-19, as amended by Ordinance CM-06-21, and Section 150.256 of the West Milton Codified Ordinances remain in full force and effect. Section 8, the clerk of this council is hereby directed to publish a copy of this ordinance in a newspaper of general circulation within the municipality once a week for 2 consecutive weeks. Section 9, the clerk of this council is hereby directed to submit a copy of this ordinance to the Ohio Director of Development Services not later than 15 days following the adoption of this ordinance. Section 10, this council finds and determines that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance, and that all deliberations of this council and any of its committees that resulted in those formal actions occurred in meetings open to the public in compliance with law.
Take a breath. Thank you, Ms. Brown.
You're welcome.
Manager Kline, would you like to?
Well, I joked with the law director that we're going to try to do less legislation this year, but we're going to make them really big.
I didn't think that was funny.
I wouldn't either, yeah.
Yes, Mayor, just a few things. I know there's a lot of words there. There's a lot of subsections and dashes and 06s and 21s and all that stuff. Essentially what this is it is the abatement program that we've been talking about. Essentially, we found an error a couple months ago that you may have heard it. I hate to say it this way, but it really is self-explanatory ordinance if you can get through all the legalese. Essentially, the council back in 1979 created an abatement program. They did amend those abatement programs subsequently in 91, 94, and 06. Every time that we amend certain pieces of legislation, such as this is the original document, and this will go into a large book that we file. And we have dozens of these books. We have thousands of pages. But certain ones go to a printer that go into what was mentioned in here, the codified ordinances. We found an error that in 06, council actually removed residential, but when it went to the printer, it wasn't printed that way, and we misread the codified. That's what I use on a daily basis, and our staff uses on a daily basis when we need to see something. We don't actually dig through the books. It's right there at our fingertips. So when we discovered this, we went to council, and we've talked it out over the course of several meetings to recreate the abatement program for residential. Essentially, it is to put it back on for 4 years. There is for 2018, there is a 4-year program and also an 8-year program. That is because that is what we thought, honestly thought is what we had. So we're putting those back on. There was some talk, and you may have heard during the reading of the ordinance, the CRA, the abatement program, was actually created, like I said, back in the 70s. Subsequent to that, the state legislature had amended certain laws, the last one being in 1994. That one, which was mentioned, the 94 law, allows a municipality to expand your CRA only twice. And as the end of the ordinance reads, this is our first time of expansion. Anytime that you amend it and actually make it smaller, which is what subsequent or previous councils had done, those don't really count towards what was passed in 94. So this is our first, what we call bite of the apple, so to speak, of being able to expand our CRA.
Thank you, Manager Kline, for kind of breaking that down for us and translating it a little bit. I know Lene would like to have it that short. Since this is an ordinance, this is the first reading, there will be a second reading and a vote at the next council meeting.
We are anticipating probably, I'm sorry, Mayor, we are anticipating having the work session, probably having a special meeting. This does have an effect on Stillwater development, Stillwater Crossings development. Stillwater Crossings cannot go to what's called the bond market until this legislation is actually passed and set. They would like to be going to the bond market sometime in February. And that was confirmed again today. We have a conference call every Tuesday. So I'm anticipating we'll have a special meeting on the 23rd.
Thank you. Moving on to Resolution CM-18-02, organizational structure. Ms. Brosh.
Resolution to amend Resolution CM-15-20, a revised organizational structure with job classifications by title, staff levels, and assigned pay grades with ranges. Whereas the municipal manager has recommended a revised organizational structure and a compensation plan, and whereas the council has reviewed the proposed plan and wishes to implement the changes as recommended by the manager. Now therefore be it resolved by the council of the municipality of West Milton, Ohio, that Section 1, the following revised organizational listing showing position classification titles, staffing levels, and pay grade assignments is hereby established for the full-time employees of the municipality of West Milton. We have the office divisions or departments with the position classifications, and then I'll read the staff level and the pay grade. For administration, municipal manager, staff level 1, pay grade is per contract. Administrative assistant, staff level 1, pay grade 1. Housing enforcement officer, staff level 1, pay grade 1. For the Department of Finance, the finance director, staff level 1, pay grade 6. Billing clerk, staff level 1, pay grade 1. Department of Service, service director, staff level 1, pay grade 6. Supervisor of Utilities, staff level 1, pay grade 5. Supervisor of Streets and Grounds, staff level 1, pay grade 5. Division of Water, water distribution technician, staff level 1, pay grade 4. Division of Wastewater, lab technician, staff level 1, pay grade 3. Plant operator 1-2, staff level 2, pay grade 4. Maintenance worker 1-2, staff level 1, pay grade 2. Division of Streets, maintenance worker 1 and 2, staff level 3, pay grade 2. Maintenance worker 3, staff level 1, pay grade 3. Department of Public Safety, Division of Police, Chief of Police, staff level 1, pay grade 6, Lieutenant, staff level 1, pay grade 5, Police Sergeant, staff level 1-2, pay grade B, Officer in Charge, OIC, staff level 1-2, pay grade B, and Police Officer, staff level 6, pay grade B. Section 2, the following classification titles are established for part-time, intermittent, seasonal, and temporary employees. Rates of pay shall be determined by the municipal manager. For Division of Fire, Fire Chief, staff level 1, pay grade part-time. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm reading it right. Assistant Fire Chief, staff level 1, pay grade part-time. For Captain, staff level 1, pay grade part-time. For First Lieutenant, staff level 1, pay grade part-time. Second Lieutenant, staff level 2, pay grade part-time. For firefighters, staff level 33, pay grade is part-time. Classification title: part-time secretary receptionist, seasonal laborers, temporary maintenance workers, clerk of council, clerical aide, part-time police clerk, part-time police officers, park superintendent, cable TV manager, and firefighters. Section 3, annual stipends are established for the following positions: Fire Chief, Assistant Fire Chief, Captain, Fire Lieutenant 2, Fire Training Officer, Fire Secretary, Zoning Flood Plain Assistant, and Clerk of Council. Section 4, a career plan advancement for employees assigned to the classification of Maintenance Worker 1 is hereby established, by which said employees shall be eligible to have their position reallocated to Maintenance Worker 2 upon the completion of 3 full years of service in the Maintenance Worker 1 class, and certification by their supervisor that said employee can operate all equipment and is knowledgeable in all areas of street division operations. Employees appointed to the classification of plant operator shall have a 1 designation and be assigned to pay grade 3 until such time they have obtained all the certifications required in the job description for the position. Employees so advanced may receive a pay increase not to exceed 5% as determined by the municipal manager upon reallocation of their classification. Section 5, a career placement advancement for newly hired police officers hereby establishes that said officers shall hire in at pay grade 3 and serve a probationary period of 1 year. Upon completion, there shall be a period of 5 continuous years of incremental or step increases. 5 successive years shall mean employment years 2 through 6. Each increment shall be implemented on the anniversary date of employment. See attached schedule. Section 6, the career advancement plan delineated in Section 5 shall apply to officers currently on staff who have service totaling 5 years or less. Section 7, the municipal manager is hereby authorized to issue regulations and implement policies for the administration of the classification plan as set forth in this resolution. Section 8, this resolution shall take effect and be in full force from and after the earliest date permitted by law, and all other ordinances or resolutions or parts of ordinances or resolutions in conflict with this ordinance are hereby rescinded.
Thank you, Ms. Brosh. He wasn't kidding, was he?
Oh.
Manager Kline, do you have anything for that?
It's more or less a housekeeping item that council considers from time to time. We did make two changes. When you hear the law director read the staffing level and the pay grades, I consider it more not to exceed staffing level. So you're authorizing positions, but we don't necessarily have to fulfill them. But we did have in some anticipation of a housing enforcement officer and also a lieutenant in the police department. Other than that, the resolution is word for word what it's been for several years now.
Thank you. Do we have any motions for the resolution?
I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution CM 1802, organizational structure.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Lamb,
Yay.
Cobb,
Yes.
Hurst,
Yes.
Vogel,
Yes.
and Mayor Miller.
Yes. All right, CM-1802, organizational structure is passed. That concludes all the ordinances and resolutions for this evening. Moving on to Ms.
Before we move on,
Yes,
can I say something?
absolutely.
It has to do with the ordinance CM 18-01.
Yes.
When I first joined council and was brought up to date on all the considered proposals for the development, it was assumed that the residential tax abatements were a foregone conclusion. We now have the opportunity or the burden of putting the residential abatements back into our charter. Whereas before we thought we had no choice in this matter, we are now the ones who must make some very tough decisions and shoulder the responsibility for all that transpires, both good and bad, due to those decisions. Now that we have this knowledge, this responsibility, we should consider looking at all of our options once again. We know that council will only ever get to make 2 changes to our CRA, and we'll be spending one of those 2 golden tickets to make this change. And as such, we shouldn't rush into this decision. I think we should really explore the options that are available to us before we make the decision to proceed. I'm willing to meet as often as needed, if that means 2 or 3 times a week, every week until we get this hammered out. I just want to make sure that we don't miss something and, you know, we could have done something. No regrets. At the end of the day, I want to take and be able to sit down with anyone in the community and say, we explored everything. When we went and made this decision, we made sure that we weren't going to miss anything.
Sure.
And I know we want to get started and, you know, get to the bond market to get the development rolling, but I don't want to rush and miss some opportunity that we may have.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to municipal manager's report, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, guests, welcome. Braving the frigid temperatures, it's very nice. I would first like to take the opportunity to congratulate the Mayor Miller, Vice Mayor Hurst, and also Councilmember Land. Welcome aboard. Ben and I will get with Councilmember Land probably right after the meeting, and we'll try to set up a time schedule for doing a run-through of meeting as many of the employees as you can and doing a tour of all the facilities. Everybody that's here tonight, guests, please stay afterwards. We are having a small reception. We have some world-famous cupcakes ordered by the flavors ordered by the mayor, and some other things. There's one thing that we did not put on the agenda tonight, purposely left off as it was tabled at the last meeting, and that was the next last ordinance that we were considering, which was the CM 17-35. That was the front yard parking ordinance that we're considering. Vice Mayor Hurst brought up some very good points at the last meeting. Law Director Brosh has done some research, and we did find that there is a city called Westlake, which is up in the Cleveland area. They actually dealt with this issue back in 2015 and passed an ordinance basically doing what we want to do. What I found unique and what little I've read so far is that they do limit the amount in the front, a driveway and or parking in the front yard to a percentage of the front yard. It does require concrete and or asphalt, things of that nature, etc. I did call the law director today. He actually answered his own phone. They are a statutory city. He was elected in November, and this was his first day on the job. So he didn't know a whole lot. He gave me his email address, which I emailed him our request for a copy of their ordinance. I'm anticipating that he'll be staffed up and hopefully have that to us prior to our workshop. But yeah, today was his first day, so. But it looks like Westlake dealt with this exact issue that we want to deal with. So hopefully we can get some good information from them. So that's why we kept it off of the agenda tonight, since we weren't prepared.
Great, thank you.
And I'd just like to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and please stay warm.
Thank you, Manager Kline. Any old business this evening for council?
Yes. I would just like to say, we have 2 council members that are no longer sitting up here with us. They're in the audience, both Jason Tinnerman and Karen Grudich. And I just wanted to say that it has been a pleasure working with both of them. I know Jason has been on council for a very long time. I've been on council with Jason since I started in, January of 12, when Matt started. And Jason is always engaged, comes to every meeting prepared to, bring tons of questions, and he'll keep us here a while if needed, that's for sure, because he's definitely going to be involved and going to come up with those tough questions for whatever we're talking about. But we're really going to miss Jason, and I know that Karen, we're hoping that you're going to throw your name in the hat for the open seat because of what happened with your petition and so forth. And I believe you've been on council now for, is it 3 years? Yeah. So thank you very much for everything you've done. We really, really appreciate it, and look forward to hopefully working with you down in the future. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other old business? No. Any new business?
I have some new business.
Okay.
I'm actually opening a new business, and I would like to promote it. Downtown at the Old Brick House, you guys remember the Old Brick House Cafe? We have a sign in the window, so it's official. We're gonna be opening early spring, hopefully February. I'm calling that early spring. But it's called Revive It, and it's home decor with restoration of old furniture, and I like to call it like Hobby Lobby style, so that can help you understand what kind of furniture it is. But I'm really excited, so I have 2 other people that are going to be going on the adventure with me, and so be looking for us.
Very
That's
good.
it.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Thanks.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would just like to express my thanks to everybody for their support and all the well wishes that I've received throughout this process and after being elected. I am following a couple very good leaders, and I hope to be able to fit into their shoes. Two of them are here this evening, Jason and Scott. I think you guys have put us on the path of where we're going, and I look forward to really continuing down that path. I think we're going in the right direction, and I look forward to serving all the residents of West Milton and continuing on and moving us forward. So thank you to everybody who has supported me so far and supporting all the council. I believe that it's been great. So thank you very much. So I will end with that. Are there any comments from any citizens this evening? None? All right. Can I seek a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Got Linda to jump again.